Hey guys, how are you doing? Today I'm going to share with you about my summer trip to Quy Nhon city last month. The reason why I decided to make this video is that it was actually the first time I had ever traveled with my friends and also the first time I had been on a plane. Yes, I'm 25 years old and I had never traveled by plane before. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of traveling at all. I'm even a hater of traveling to far off locations. I hardly ever go out of my city, let alone fly to another part of the country. So this is definitely a memorable trip for me. Anyway, my friends and I came to Nội Bài airport 2 hours early, so I had some time to catch up with my colleagues. I also tried to finish all my working tasks as quickly as possible so that I could fully enjoy my summer break. And after 2 hours of waiting in the lounge, we finally got on the plane and I got to experience the sky for the first time in my life. And after the 2-hour flight, we arrived at Phú Yên, a coastal province on the central coast of Vietnam. We checked in a local youth hotel and moved to the very first location, a historical place called the Ancient Cham Tower. We don't actually know what it is, but we just wanted to take some group photos in an iconic tourist attraction of the city. And in the afternoon, we drove to a beach nearby to enjoy the breathtaking sunset there. We didn't actually go to the beach because we had no intention of swimming in the sea. It was so crowded, and most of us don't know how to swim, by the way. Instead, we just stayed in the monument area to rest and take some photos. It's a bizarre monument with a unique design of a skyscraper, and despite the warning sign of no climbing, I could see many adults and even children climbing it to take pictures. But at that point, we were all exhausted and starving, as the only thing that we had eaten that day was a tiny cake on the plane, which, to be honest, was very salty and distasteful. So we quickly came back to the hotel to enjoy some delicious seafood and went to sleep to recharge our battery for the next day. On the following day, we woke up pretty early to have some specialities in a nearby breakfast restaurant where I ordered some traditional cake and meat roll while my friends enjoyed some local noodles dishes. After that, we visited a few more beaches, including the one that was used to shoot the movie I See Yellow Flowers on Green Grass. We climbed the cacti hill which appeared in the film and also went down the beach to take some photos. I have to say that all the destinations were breathtaking, but the journey to get there was so exhausting due to the scorching and sunny weather that day. So we headed toward another local food restaurant to take a rest and to have lunch together before taking a long ride to the resort in Quy Nhon city. I was so happy then because I could finally escape from the sunlight, take a long nap and swim in the pool for the whole afternoon. Our schedule for the next day was kind of the same. We woke up at about 6 a.m. to have a quick breakfast in the hotel, and then we came to see some windmills on the top of the hill near there before we drove to another beach in the area. The weather was boiling at the time, so we didn't go swimming in the sea, but just relaxed in the hut on the beach. I had some time to unwind after the long walking and driving on that afternoon to do some watercolor landscape sketching. Here they are, as you can see. For lunch, we decided to go for some tasty bánh xèo in a local restaurant. It was genuinely the best bánh xèo I had ever eaten in my life. The staff there is so lovable and helpful, and their food is just to die for. So we decided to come back for dinner to enjoy some other seafood dishes. And here comes the last day of the trip. After breakfast, we spent some time exploring the safari in the resort, which unfortunately was not as exciting as we had expected. There were not many animals there, and most of them just looked so sad and pathetic in their poor captivity. The only highlights that I enjoyed in this trip was these adorable baby goats who I really wanted to bring home. So I decided to go out and wait for my flight back home to Hanoi. But before that, we stopped by a street food market for a snack because we wouldn't have time to have dinner, as well as dropping by the beach next to it. We also visited a stunning pagoda in the late afternoon, but I couldn't go inside because I was wearing shorts at the time. Okay, so I think that is all for my 4-day vacation trip. Honestly, it was pretty tiring and hot, but in return, I had an enjoyable time with my colleagues before I quit my job. I also got to experience some things I had never done in my life, for example, taking a plane. And if you're still watching this video at this point, thanks again for your patience. And also, special thanks to my old boss for sponsoring this trip. If you want to see this kind of video again, maybe we will see each other soon. And finally, thanks a lot for your time and have a nice day. Bye.